Well, Darcy, another final series. Does this one feel different to the last few?
Yeah, it does. Every final series, every season, to be honest, feels new and feels special. This week coming into the club and having that buzz of September footy just around the corner, it definitely creates a really great vibe around the club, and it's just so exciting. You know, we got there are 10 teams that are knocked out now. There's only 8 left, and to be amongst that group is always special. And we know what finals footy looks like. We know what to expect, and we're pretty excited.
I know it hasn't started yet, but is there a feeling of redemption after missing out last year, getting back?
To be honest, no. We're very much looking forward to this final series. We've got so much to look forward to. We've got great ambitions about this season, so that's very much the focus for us.
What are the confidence levels like for you guys internally, given that you lost a fair few games to end the season, but you finished off relatively strongly? How do you feel?
Yeah, we've got huge belief in what we do. You know, we've, as a group, played in a lot of finals together. We've played in a lot of big games. We know what that football's like, and we're ready for it. So we've trained the whole year to be primed for this moment right now, and we're ready to give it our best shot. We know our fans come alive in September as well. They come alive all season, really, but they love September footy as well. So we've got them behind us, and we looking forward to just competing.
Do you hold no fear heading to Adelaide?
Absolutely, yeah. Adelaide holds absolutely no fears for us. Clearly, we went there a couple of weeks ago and had a very tight tussle against them in the wet, which was clearly a disappointing result to go down by such a slim margin. But I think the way that we played, some of the key statistics of that game were very encouraging for us. So, yeah, going to the Adelaide Oval and playing a big game there holds no fears for our team.
Given they finished on top of the table, I think they won 9 games in a row. Do you feel as though the pressure's more on Adelaide than the Pies?
I don't have any interest in how much pressure's on Adelaide or isn't. Our focus is very much on us and what we're going to achieve in the next few weeks.
Do you feel as though, because you dominated the inside 50s, you only really need to tinker with a small amount in terms of, changing that result and getting the win?
In terms of inside 50 specifically?
You played the last
34
more, so
yeah.
Do you feel as though if you just fix something small?
Totally, yeah. It was clearly a little bit of a trend of our game in the last couple of games, was getting a lot of inside 50s and not sort of putting it on the scoreboard as efficiently and as effectively as we would probably like. So, we've definitely trained hard on that, refined it, had a good look at it. Clearly, when we played Adelaide, it was a really wet game, which makes it hard, a lot of congestion, and they defended exceptionally well as well. So, we'll take a lot of learnings out of that specifically and look to put a big score on the board.
How do you compare your form line from 2023 going into the finals to this year? It feels like Collingwood probably weren't at their best before finals in 2023, but then found a way in those 3 games. Maybe the form line 2 of the last 7 wins, but I guess how do you feel going into the finals?
To be honest, mate, we're not looking back and comparing at all. We're looking forward. It really is a new season now in September. The stakes are high. The games are hot. It feels completely different. So there's no utility in us looking back and comparing to a past version of ourselves. We're moving forward. We're trying to improve, and we think we can do that in this next month.
How do you go about covering Jeremy Howe's absence at the back?
Yeah, it's obviously a huge out. He provides us with such direction. He's got great experience, and he's a hell of a player. So, we'll miss him for sure, but he's been a bit interrupted over the last month and a half. So we've had to cover for him, and we'll find a way to do that for sure and give him time to come back.
Probably he'll look pretty good on the track this morning. Is he getting any closer to maybe being available for selection?
Look, it was great having Bobby out on the track. Like you said, he really lit it up. It's can confirm no one can tackle him still out at training. So it's just awesome to have him around the club. We love him. He's one of our own. So his well-being is definitely the priority for us at the moment. And he trained really well today, and that's really encouraging. What that looks like going forward, not sure.
A couple of weeks ago, Fly said that maybe some of the issues were a little bit of selflessness and guys trying to do too much to fill voids. On yourself personally with Howe out, how do you navigate that?
Yeah, look, you're right. It's always a challenging mix when you have guys come in and out of the team, and there's a bit of a different mix. It's about finding that chemistry again as a team, and you really rely on that. So we've had to do that, to be honest, in defence all year. We've had guys coming in and out, playing different roles in defence. So we've navigated that really well. We finished the season as the most difficult team to score against, number one for points against, and that's what our defence is all about. So I think we've navigated it really well, and we're keen to bring that into the finals.
How strong is the rivalry between you and the Crows? I know what happened last time probably went a bit beyond the field, but how significant is the rivalry between you two?
Yeah, look, to be honest, we're really excited about this game. Clearly, when we've played Adelaide in recent memory, there's been a lot of close finishes, a lot of tight finishes, and I think when that happens, it definitely adds a bit of flavour to the game. So, no, look, it's a final, mate. It's a qualifying final. It's always a huge game. Our fans love getting on the road and travelling and supporting us, and we love playing at the Adelaide Oval. So it's going to be a massive game, and we're excited for it.
What is it about the Adelaide Oval? You've really had the wood, obviously not the last time you played, but until then really had the wood over the Crows. What is it about Adelaide Oval and getting on the road for this team?
Yeah, I think getting on the road certainly galvanises us as a team. It definitely brings the best out in us, spending a bit more time together. I think the dimensions of the ground clearly suit our game style, it being a bit more narrow. We're just comfortable there. We think we play the ground well and got a good record there, so we'll be using that next week.
Just as the AFLPA President, how significant was the Mitch Brown revealing that he's a bisexual person who played football?
It was, firstly, just tremendously courageous, wasn't it? It was such an inspiring story for him to be so open and so brave like that. I think it's so important. Like I said, I think there's a lot to learn from Mitch's story, and for him to share that is a real opportunity for us going forward to shift culture and see some change in the industry. Clearly, the amount of on-field incidents over the last few years shows that we do still have an issue, and as a Players Association, we've been advocating for a long time to work side by side with the league to help to move the needle on homophobia in the game and making the game safer and more inclusive for everyone. So confident that with these recent events that we can do that.
Do you think the environments are safer than perhaps when he was playing a few years ago?
I'm not sure specifically about that question. What I think is really important is, like I said, answering the call a little bit to move the needle on culture, and it's on all of us to make the industry safer. So we're, as a Players Association, we're going to keep working with the AFL to do that. We want to see action. We want to see policy change. We want to see sort of systems thinking about shifting it for sure.
Has it been difficult as the president to sort of find a balance where you're supporting your teammate that's been, that's had a slur thrown at them, but then also supporting Isaac Rankin as a player as well? Has it been difficult to find that balance?
I suppose that's the role, really, about advocating for all players regardless of what side of the situation they're on. So that's part of it. But at the end of the day, it's very, very clear when a red line is crossed and what is right and what is not welcome in our industry. And it's pretty emphatic that homophobic slurs are not welcome in our industry. So I think in that sense, it's pretty clear.
Just on Jordan De Goey, his form at the moment, what's your sense of where he's at and how much impact he can have in September?
Yeah, it's been enormous. He's really had to do it the hard way this season. He's had a lot of setbacks. He hasn't had any real continuity in the team, and he's had to work super hard basically from January, the start of the year, to get back. And I suppose that culminated now where he had a great game last week, which sets him up really well for a massive final series. And we know and he knows what he's capable of in the finals. So we're looking forward to him delivering.